Nourice.
The mansion shimmered beneath thousands of golden lights. Luxury cars filled the long private driveway. Famous business leaders stepped onto the red carpet. Every guest expected another unforgettable evening. Nobody expected the first surprise before dinner. Soft music floated through the grand ballroom. Crystal chandeliers sparkled above every smiling face. Elegant servers carried silver trays across the room. Excited conversations echoed through every corner. Then the front doors slowly opened. Everyone turned to look. Sophia Carter stepped inside with a gentle smile. She was the billionaire's beautiful fiancée. Tonight celebrated their engagement. Reporters waited outside for perfect photographs. Inside, every important guest watched her closely. But Sophia wasn't walking alone. An elderly couple quietly followed behind her. The old man held a worn wooden cane. His wife wore a simple blue dress. Their shoes looked carefully polished. Their hands trembled with nervousness. They didn't belong among millionaires. At least, that's what everyone believed. Guests exchanged confused whispers. Some searched their faces for recognition. Nobody knew their names. Sophia gently held the elderly woman's hand. "Please walk with me," she whispered softly. Her voice carried unexpected warmth. The ballroom grew strangely quiet. Even Ethan Brooks looked surprised. He stood beside the stage watching carefully. He had never seen them before. Sophia smiled toward the elderly man. "You are our honored guest tonight." The old man looked completely speechless. His wife blinked away, gathering tears. Several guests frowned in confusion. A famous banker leaned toward another guest. "Who are they?" he quietly asked. Nobody had an answer. Sophia continued walking slowly. She ignored every curious stare. She stopped beside the front row. Two beautiful chairs waited there. Golden ribbons decorated each seat. Small silver cards rested upon them. Every wealthy guest expected those seats. Instead, Sophia turned toward the couple. "These seats belong to both of you." The elderly woman stepped backward. "No, dear," she whispered nervously. "There must be some mistake." Sophia gently shook her head. "There is no mistake. You deserve these seats." The room became completely silent. Even the orchestra stopped playing. Every camera pointed toward the couple. The old man looked overwhelmed. His eyes searched the crowded ballroom. "I don't understand," he quietly admitted. Sophia simply smiled again. "You will soon." She carefully helped them sit down. Every guest remained standing. Nobody understood what was happening. Across the ballroom stood Emma. She carried a silver serving tray. Her hands suddenly began shaking. The glasses softly rattled together. Her face slowly turned pale. She stared toward the front row. "No," she whispered under her breath. Her closest co-worker looked concerned. "Emma, are you all right?" Emma couldn't answer immediately. Tears already filled her eyes. Those elderly guests were her parents. She never invited them. She never expected them here. She had hidden them from everyone, especially from Ethan. Emma quickly placed her tray down. She hurried toward Sophia. Every step felt heavier. Every heartbeat grew louder. "Miss Sophia," Emma whispered nervously. "What is happening?" Sophia turned toward her warmly. "I wanted your parents here." Emma's breathing became uneven. "They don't belong among these people." Sophia gently held Emma's hands. "I couldn't disagree more." Emma lowered her eyes. "My parents feel uncomfortable. They should be proud instead." Emma looked completely confused. "Why would anyone notice them?" Sophia answered with quiet confidence. "Because they deserve to be noticed." Across the ballroom, Ethan finally approached. He glanced between Emma and Sophia, then toward the elderly couple. "Sophia," he asked softly, "have we met them before?" Sophia smiled without answering. "Not yet." Ethan looked even more puzzled. The guests whispered louder now. Some appeared curious. Others looked uncomfortable. A wealthy investor quietly frowned. "This feels unusual." Another guest nodded slowly. "But somehow beautiful." Emma's mother noticed everyone's attention. She lowered her head nervously. "I told you," she whispered. "We shouldn't have come." Emma's father squeezed her hand. "We can leave quietly." Before either could stand, Sophia returned. She gently rested one hand upon his shoulder. "Please stay. You honor this celebration." The old man's eyes filled again. Nobody had spoken to him like that, not for many years. Emma watched silently. She couldn't understand Sophia's kindness. 6 months earlier, Emma had arrived at the Brooks estate. She came through a housekeeping agency. Nobody asked many questions. She preferred it that way. She quietly cleaned every room. She polished every window. She prepared flowers every morning. She greeted everyone with gentle respect, then disappeared into her work. Most employees liked Emma immediately. She never complained. She never argued. She always smiled kindly, even during difficult days. Every Friday she packed leftover bread. Every Sunday she disappeared before sunrise. Nobody knew where she went. Nobody asked. Only Sophia noticed. She watched Emma wrap homemade soup. Fresh fruit filled another small bag. Medicine rested beside everything else. One rainy afternoon, Sophia quietly asked, "Who receives all this?" Emma smiled politely. "My family." Nothing more. Sophia respected her silence, but something stayed inside her heart. Weeks later, another employee spoke quietly. "Emma works 2 extra jobs." Sophia looked surprised. "Why?" "She supports her elderly parents. They're both very sick." Sophia said nothing, but she never forgot those words. From that day forward, she watched carefully. She noticed Emma skipped lunch often. She noticed worn shoes. She noticed patched sleeves. She noticed tired eyes hiding quiet pain. Still, Emma greeted everyone warmly. Still, she never asked for help. One afternoon, Sophia accidentally found Emma crying alone. She quickly wiped away every tear. "I'm sorry," Emma whispered. "It won't happen again." Sophia gently asked, "Is someone hurting you?" Emma slowly shook her head. "No. Life is simply expensive." Sophia wanted to ask more. Instead, she offered a comforting smile. Sometimes kindness speaks louder than questions. That evening, Sophia made a quiet decision. A decision nobody knew. Not Ethan, not Emma, not even the guests arriving tonight. She would discover the complete truth. And once she learned it, this family's life would never remain the same. The following Monday arrived quietly, but Sophia never forgot Emma's tears. She couldn't stop thinking about them. Something felt deeply unfinished. Emma smiled every single morning, yet sadness hid behind her eyes. Sophia decided to learn the truth, not from gossip, not from assumptions, from kindness. That afternoon, Emma finished her shift. She collected 2 small grocery bags. One held fresh vegetables, the other carried medicine. She thanked every coworker politely, then walked toward the bus stop. Sophia followed from a respectful distance. She wanted answers, not to judge, only to understand. Nearly an hour later, Emma stopped. A tiny apartment building stood before her. Old bricks covered every wall. Paint peeled from broken windows. The narrow hallway looked forgotten. Emma climbed the worn wooden stairs. Sophia waited outside. Moments later, soft laughter floated downstairs. Sophia smiled warmly. "I came to visit." Emma hesitated, then quietly welcomed her inside. The apartment was small, but everything looked spotless. Fresh flowers rested on the table. Family photographs covered one wall. Simple meals filled the kitchen. Emma's mother slowly stood. She smiled kindly. "You must be Sophia." Emma looked surprised. "You know her name?" Her father chuckled softly. "She speaks about everyone kindly, especially her employer." Sophia felt her heart tighten. She expected complaints. Instead, she found gratitude. Emma introduced everyone. Tea was quickly prepared. Nobody mentioned money. Nobody mentioned hardship. Only warmth filled the room. Sophia noticed framed certificates nearby. One belonged to Emma, outstanding nursing student. Another showed academic excellence. Sophia looked confused. "You studied nursing?" Emma quietly nodded. It was always my dream. What happened? Silence filled the room. Emma lowered her eyes. Her father answered gently. Life changed. He looked toward his wife, then continued. My heart failed. Her mother became very sick. We couldn't afford treatment. Emma interrupted softly. They needed me. So I left school. Sophia stared quietly. You never went back? Emma smiled sadly. There wasn't enough money. Her mother reached across the table. We begged her to continue. She refused. She chose us. Tears filled Sophia's eyes. Emma quickly changed the subject. They gave me everything first. It was my turn. Sophia looked around again. The furniture was old. The roof leaked slightly. Medicine bottles crowded the shelf. Yet nobody complained. Instead, they laughed together. Her father suddenly disappeared. He returned carrying a small wooden box. This is Emma's. He opened it carefully. Inside rested medals, school awards, letters, childhood drawings. One newspaper clipping remained perfectly folded. Sophia unfolded it slowly. The headline caught her breath. Local teen saves 3 children from house fire. The photograph showed a much younger Emma, covered with smoke, holding a frightened little girl. Sophia looked up immediately. You never told anyone? Emma gently smiled. There wasn't any reason. You saved 3 lives. Emma shrugged softly. Anyone would have helped. Her father quietly shook his head. No, most people watched. Our daughter ran inside. Sophia couldn't speak. Every answer uncovered another surprise. Every sacrifice stayed hidden. Every kindness remained unnoticed. She suddenly understood everything. Emma never wanted recognition. She only wanted dignity. Before leaving, Sophia hugged Emma's mother, then her father. Thank you, she whispered. They looked confused. For raising someone extraordinary. Driving home, Sophia remained silent. She replayed every moment, every photograph, every sacrifice, every quiet smile. That night, she found Ethan working late. He noticed her expression immediately. What happened? Sophia sat beside him. I met the greatest people today. Ethan smiled curiously. Clients? She slowly shook her head. No. Emma's parents. Ethan looked surprised. You visited them? I did. And I learned something important. She told him everything. The unfinished nursing degree, the illnesses, the tiny apartment, the newspaper article, the years of sacrifice, the hidden courage. Ethan listened without interrupting. When she finished, he looked toward the window, ashamed. I never asked about her life. Sophia gently held his hand. Neither did anyone else. They sat quietly together. Finally, Ethan spoke. What are you planning? Sophia smiled softly. I've already started. She reached into her handbag. A folded seating chart appeared. 2 names rested beside the stage. Mr. and Mrs. Martinez, VIP guests. Ethan looked at her, then smiled proudly. That's beautiful. Sophia wasn't finished. They deserve more than seats. They deserve to be seen. Outside, the engagement decorations sparkled beneath the evening sky. Inside, hundreds of guests prepared for celebration. None of them realized. The most important people attending owned no expensive jewelry, no luxury cars, no famous last names, only hearts filled with quiet sacrifice. And tomorrow night, an entire ballroom would finally discover who the real VIPs truly were.